Hello everyone. During this pandemic crisis, the virtual working has become a new phenomena where students, elderly, everyone is on their laptops, computers, phones for their day-to-day working, and all like some kids are playing on phone, elderly are on their TV screen, and we professionals are working on their laptop, which is taking toll on their eyes. So today we have with us Dr. Sanjay Dhawan. He is a Senior Director, Head Ophthalmology from Max Healthcare, to tell us more about how we can control the damage to our eyes during this virtual working culture. So welcome Mr. Dr. Sanjay. Welcome to Win-Win Talk.
Thank you very much, Poonam. Thank you for inviting me for this talk and giving me this opportunity to speak to your audience. And you very rightly said that this pandemic has brought along with another pandemic, a hidden pandemic, that is the pandemic caused by the computer screens. People are working from home, so they're using laptops. Students are having their online classes, so working on laptops. Students are entertaining themselves on the laptop. Others are connecting with the whole world again through the screens. So everything what we're doing nowadays, our connection with the world, how we have to be productive, is mostly through these. So screen time has gone up in a big way. It's brought in a lot of relief, but alongside it's caused a lot of adverse effect on our eye health and health otherwise, and which is what we will talk about today.
So Dr. Sanjay, what is this computer vision syndrome and how does it affect our eyes?
So let me start with my presentation, and where I can actually show you what all does it mean. It's a computer vision syndrome can actually be made to even look at as even the COVID can be considered a computer vision syndrome in a way. So what is computer vision syndrome? It is the effect of prolonged use of screens on the eyes, which results in pain, redness, watering, headache, fatigue, irritability, poor concentration, even depression. It affects your sleep, affects your overall health. Even the neck and spine can get affected because we spend long hours sitting and looking at the screen and our posture is not very good. What causes it? There are two main factors which cause computer vision syndrome, which are number one, convergence fatigue. Our eye muscles, when we're looking at the screen, the eyes are converging and focusing and gazing at the screen. Prolonged focusing at a near distance, prolonged convergence can lead to weakness in the eye muscles and a convergence fatigue. Plus, when we are concentrating on the screens, our eyes are wide open, our blinking frequency goes down. We don't blink as often as we normally do. As a result of which, the tears evaporate faster and more and lead to the formation of dry spots. And so these dry spots, they produce other symptoms of computer vision syndrome in the form of irritation, watering, dry eye. What to do to deal with this situation? There are many things which need to be done, and this can be easily understood at different times of the day. While you're working on the screen, you must make sure that you keep the screen as far from the eyes as is comfortable. Keep the screen high up at the eye level so that your back and neck is straight. Adjust the screen in such a way that it should not be too much brighter than the background or darker than the background. A screen which is slightly brighter than the background is good enough, so which means there should always be some ambient light available. Don't work in pitch darkness. Make a conscious effort to blink more frequently to prevent drying of the eyes. If you have any glasses, you should wear your spectacle prescriptions. If you do not have any glasses, if you want to wear, you can wear some plain glasses, or glasses with blue light filter are also not bad. And to avoid prolonged sitting, a standing workstation is actually better than a sitting workstation. Then every 15 minutes, you must turn your head back, shut your eyes, and give your eyes some rest for 1 minute. It's not 5 minutes, it's 1 minute. So 1 minute's rest to your eyes every 15 minutes must be given. Every hour, you should take a longer break, maybe for about 5 minutes or so. In that break, you can go for a short walk, you can exercise, you can stretch, you should drink some water, you can do some eye yoga and palming, which I'll talk about a little later in my talk. Then every few hours or every 6 hours, take a longer break still. You can take a healthy, nutritious meal in that time. You can do some meditation, some form of relaxation. You can also use some simple lubricant eye drops or simply wash your eyes with cold, clean water. Then every day, you must make sure that you take at least 8 to 10 hours of regular time sleep at night. The more you work on the screens, the longer you need to sleep at night, because it is a sleep that recovers and recuperates your eyes and prepares your eyes for the next day's work. So minimum 8 hours of sleep, longer if required. You must do physical exercise regularly, because your overall body health can affect the eye health also and make your work more comfortable. And there must be some degree of sun exposure built in your schedule, because people who work a lot on the screens, they're all bound indoors. Despite India being a sunny country, we don't get enough sun, and that leads to vitamin D deficiency and other issues which come with the deficiency of vitamin D. So make sure that you have at least half an hour to 1 hour of sun exposure. It need not be bright hot sun. It can be soft sun in the morning or evening, but some sun exposure is really required. Eye exercises should be done every day in the form of what is called convergence exercise, also called eye yoga, which I will discuss a little later. Then every week, you must take at least 1 day of complete break from screen. You can call it a no screens weekend. You should entertain yourself, relax yourself, spend time with the family, but do take a day completely off all the screens if your work involves a lot of screen usage. So what is the yoga for the eyes or the exercises for the eyes? Whatever name you call it, there are 2-3 forms of exercise which need to be done. First and foremost is convergence eye exercises, which bring about strengthening of the eye muscles which are required for long hours on the screen. Then the rotation eye exercises, which actually relax the eye muscles, because eye muscles are strained and they go into spasm while working on the screen. And third is palming. So what are the convergence exercises? They should be done for about 5 to 10 minutes every day to strengthen the eye muscles. And if you allow me, let me just demonstrate these eye exercises. I'll stop my screen sharing and let me show it to you how these exercises are done. For these eye exercises, you need to sit straight or stand straight. Take hold of a pen. First look at something far off, some far off small object, the furthest available small object, and then hold out a pen at an arm's length, keeping the tip at level with your eyes. Look at the tip. Very, very slowly bring the tip close to your eyes. The tip should remain single and clear, and the moment you feel some strain on your eyes, hold it there for a few seconds, say for 10 seconds. After 10 seconds, again take it back to an arm's length, and again hold it here for 10 seconds, and then again back to the same point where you feel some strain. Repeat this 10 times, and then again look at the far off small point. Again repeat it 10 times, then again look at the far off small point. So this way, to begin with, you should do it for about 5 minutes in the morning and 5 minutes in the evening. Then gradually increase the duration of the exercises to about 10 minutes or so over the next few weeks time. Just give me one moment. Let me just bring out my screen back again for sharing.
Dr. Sanjay, nowadays kids have to attend the classes for longer duration of time. So how we can help our kids, because they are also prone to have these computer
So
vision.
all these things that I'm talking about are applicable not only to adults but to all age groups, to the kids, to the older age group, to the to all age groups basically, and all of us need to take care of these.
Is there any easy way of doing exercise for kids?
Well, this is the easiest way of doing eye exercises. The more difficult ways are to have to go to the hospital and do the exercise on the machine, which work only as well. So these are the simplest exercises to be done at home. So I've already told you the way to do the eye exercises. And then are the rotation eye exercises. For the rotation eye exercises, what you need to do is sit straight. First look up, then look down, then look to your right side, then towards your left, then look right up, then left down, then left up, then right down, and then rotate your eyes clockwise first, and then rotate your eyes anti-clockwise. Do this for about 1 to 2 minutes a few times in a day. This is basically to give rest to your eyes. Followed by palming of the eyes. For palming of the eyes, what you need to do is use the heel of your hand. Both the heels of the hand, close your eyes, put the palm on the eyes, gently press it and stay like this for about a minute or so, and then release it and blink your eyes a few times. So the rotation exercises and palming, actually they relax the eye. So you can do it but say a few times every day. Whereas convergence eye exercises are required to strengthen the eye muscles, to be done once or twice a day, preferably twice a day, at a time when you're somewhat relaxed and depressed. I'm often asked about the eye drops and glasses. Yes, lubricant drops can be used 2 to 4 times a day. They're simple and safe when you work on the screens. If you do not want to use any eye drops, you can simply wash your eyes with cold, clean water a few times a day. If you have any prescription glasses, you should use them. If you want to wear plain glasses, that is also okay. If you want to use blue light filter glasses, they're also fine. They can be used. But remember that there are no harmful radiation coming from the screen. So it's not the rays which are causing the damage. It is the convergence fatigue and the dryness which is causing the problem. And any glasses used also decrease dryness of the eyes to some extent. Some lifestyle changes are also required to deal with the situation. First and foremost is cut down the screen time. So remove all the redundant screen time. Do what is only essential work. You may have to, if your work demands long hours on screen, you may have to cut down on your entertainment part. Don't watch TV that day. Don't chat on the screens. Don't surf the net. Do your work. On a day when the work is less, you can do all the other things. Sleep more. Very, very important. I'm emphasizing again and again, 8 to 10 hours of sleep is extremely important. A standing workstation is better than sitting workstation, or maybe a combination of the two. Larger screens kept further away are better than small screens kept close by. So phone screen is the worst screen to use. Regular meals, water intake, exercise, I've already told about earlier on. So these are the things which one needs to do to take care of computer vision syndrome and actually to prevent it from happening.
So if someone do not follow these instructions and they don't do exercises, then what are the after effects they can have due to this computer vision syndrome?
So all the discomfort in the eye which I referred to in the beginning of the talk will strike you sooner or later. You may be okay, maybe carrying on right now, your eyes may be compensated, but there may come a point when there can be a sort of a breakdown and suddenly you'll feel a lot of discomfort in the eyes, pain, strain, irritation, headache, irritability, loss of concentration. You may not feel like working. It can give rise to depression, it can affect your sleep also. So everything gets added up. And it's not just the screens, it's also the fact that you're sitting for long hours. It is also the fact that you're indoor bound, you're not exposed to the sun. It's also the fact that you're not exercising enough. So there are a lot of hidden things which come along with the long hours on the screen. And all the things that I talked about, we are addressing all those hidden issues as well.
Sir, is there refractive error cases increasing these days due to this computer vision syndrome?
So long hours on screen does cause a strain on the inner focusing eye muscles and can lead to what is called spasm of the eye muscle, or the accommodative spasm. That may artificially increase your myopia or decrease your hypermetropia. So there can be a shift towards and it is mostly an artificial shift that if you take all the precautions, if you relax, if you exercise your eyes, and once the inner eye muscles, this spasm is relieved, that much of a number will revert. In fact, I do not recommend increasing your glasses power to deal with that, because by increasing the glasses power, we are further aggravating the discomfort. So pseudomyopia, which can happen over and above your existing refractive error, can come up because of long hours on the screen. And taking all the precautions that I told about, all the things that I advise you, if you follow that, then pseudomyopia also will not come up.
So it is important to take a 15 minutes break and do these small exercises. This is how we can save our eyes in this current scenario.
Exactly, and also it's important to realize that our eyes are not designed or meant for this kind of use. We are all animals, and nature had designed our eyes to basically look at far off natural things, to spot our food, to move to our food, and look at a near thing, that means food, while you're eating it. That means most of the time we were supposed to look at far off things, running around in the fields, exercising, exposed to the sun, exposed to the natural elements. But our lifestyle has changed things dramatically differently. Majority of the time we're looking at near things in a very strenuous way. We hardly look at far off. So our eyes are not designed for that, but we are almost abusing our eyes and that's the reason why we face a lot of discomfort and other problems. But I think I can, yeah.
Dr. Sanjay, would you like to give a message to our viewers?
Yes, a message which all of us already know, and that is take all precautions to save yourself, your loved ones, your family, your friends from COVID. Prevention of COVID is easier than treatment of COVID. Prevention of COVID is easier than prevention of black fungus or treatment of black fungus. So focus more on prevention. Do not be in a rush to go back to the old life. Because while rushing to the old life, you may actually end up making things more difficult for yourself. So that's the first thing. Secondly, live a healthy life. Take care of your body. Take care of your mind. It's very, very important. This is your tool with which you can actually enjoy your life. So take care of your physique. Exercise regularly. Have a healthy, balanced diet. Let there be sun exposure. Go to the nature. Connect to the nature. Be part of the nature. Respect the nature. That's most important. And over the last few decades, we have stopped respecting it. We have caused a lot of devastation of the nature. That's the reason why the pandemic actually spread the way it did. So we need to slow down. We need to take care of ourselves and our families.
Dr. Sanjay, I always ask this question from all my guests. What is your learning of life from this tough phase of our life, pandemic?
Yes, so my learning is not really a new learning. It basically has re-emphasized my old learning, and my old learning is that in life you'll always be thrown challenges. You'll be thrown into midst of situation and difficult situation. There will always be challenges. You have to expect them, anticipate them, be prepared for them, and then deal with them heads on. Whatever life throws at you, make the best of it. And live up to the situation, deal with that, come out of it stronger. Without challenges, the life will be a flat line and it will be very dull, dry, and boring. We cannot live without challenges. Our nature is such that when there are no challenges, we actually become depressed. We start acting funny. We start creating challenges for ourselves, knowingly or unknowingly. So if you see people who go for adventure sport, they do skydiving, bungee jumping, and do a lot of other things, and including me, mountain climbing and stuff like that. These are the challenges which we pose to ourselves to make our life more interesting and worthwhile. So there have to be challenges in life, and we have to overcome them. Besides that, the other thing which this COVID has taught me is that we have to respect nature. We have to be part of the nature. We have to be as natural as possible, live our life in a very, very natural way, slow down. We should not be part of the rat race. We may win the rat race, we will still be a rat. It is because of fast-paced life that this problem has happened. How did this virus spread? It spreads due to two things. People coming close together and people moving. So people movement has led to spread of this pandemic. We should not be in a rush. We need to slow down. We need to take things easy. We need to take care of our families, ourselves. That's the lesson which I have learned, and I want to share it with you.
Dr. Sanjay rightly said we should be close to nature, and prevention is always better than cure. So stay safe, stay indoors, and don't forget to mask up.